What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is the one and only CJ the Cheese DJ here, back with another Ark Survival Evolved video, and today we're doing another Ark Insight, and we're taking a look at which is better, the shotgun, the pump barrel shotgun, or the long neck rifle. So we'll be going through comparing their damage, comparing what it costs to make them, and their bullets, and how much damage they do. Now you can see here we've got three very volunteering test dummies in front of us, our friendly carbonemuses. Now these guys are all tamed up, obviously, just to make it easier for personal opinions. Now you can see they've all got pretty much differing stats, however they were able to pretty much look at their health as well and determine how much damage each weapon does. Now straight off the bat, each weapon has a base melee damage. You can see here it's got 100, 100, 100. You can see there, weapon damage, weapon damage. Now each one has its own base damage. So to start off with, the long neck rifle has a base damage of 280. So we can see that. Go up into him, you can see that it's done 140 health roughly. So it's got a base damage of 280, which you have to multiply by its melee damage to give you its DPS, which is 180 as you saw. Now, you may be thinking, wow, that's really impressive, 280 damage per shot, wow, that's something. Well, you'd be surprised in comparison to the shotguns. Now, you can see that the simple primitive long neck rifle only has one bullet chamber, so you can only fire one bullet at a time, which is very disadvantageous when it comes to these other guns. Now, the double barrel shotgun, you can see it's only got two barrels, and it only has two chambers for bullets. You can see there we just launched both of those bullets. Bam. Now, this is actually the strongest weapon in terms of base damage out of all the weapons. So this one does a base damage of 64 per pellet. So as you know, shotguns work on pellets, and you can see there we've just fired a whole heap of pellets, as you see them there on the sand. Now, these pellets do 64 damage each, and 10 pellets are fired per shot. So that equates to a total of 640 damage if you're able to hit a target with all 10 pellets, which we'll be able to do right here. And you can see there, that's just torn him apart. That's done about half his health to him. So that is easily the strongest weapon out of the three. However, its disadvantage is its the low barrel capacity. So, you know, you've got to do a bit of a trade-off. So you can see that we're able to do quite a bit of damage to a turtle. Now, if we reload our weapon and come across to our new friend, you can see that, look at that. That's done 500 health roughly. So, you know, you've got your double barrel shotgun, which is 2 barrel capacity, and did about 500 damage for both of those shots. Now, if we come across to the pump barrel shotgun, you can see that that's got a chamber of 6, which is pretty impressive in terms of chamber power. Now, each of these guns can also equip mods onto them, so like your flashlight mods, your laser light mods, your scope mods. You're able to equip the scope mod onto the pump barrel shotgun and the long neck rifle. The double barrel shotgun you're unable to, however you can still attach the flashlight ones and silencer mods and all that sort of stuff. Now, this shotgun does a base damage of 46 damage per pellet. So this one also fires 10 pellets, but it only does a damage of 46, which is because of its high barrel capacity, as it can contain 6. So this is still, it's lower than the regular double barrel shotgun. However, in terms of overall damage, it does do the most damage in my opinion. So you can see here we've got 980 health. Now if we just launch a volley of bullets into it, you can see here. Now, you've got to keep in mind that the last 2 shots we were using were tested on head damage. So this one was body damage. You can see there it's only done 200. Now, these are the turtles we're talking about here, so they are quite powerful in terms of health. Now, if we come across to this guy, he's got 460 health. Guarantee you'll be able to kill him if we get headshots in. So you can see that, boom, dead. Told you he'd be dead. So 3 shots did more than 461 damage. Now, if we come across to this guy, he's got 873 health. We've got a fully loaded barrel. Now, if we launch 6 shots into this guy's head, he'll die too. And we've still got a shot to spare. So, easily, this gun is the most powerful out of the 3. Just hands down, it's the most powerful. But isn't the most cost effective, which is what we're going to take a look at next. So you can see that it's just demolished all 3 turtles. It took 2 shots for the first one, 5 shots for about 800 health, and only 3 shots for the third one. So now we're going to go take a look at their cost. And now that we're back at a smithy, we'll be comparing how much it costs. So the most expensive thing about the shotguns is the amount of ammo they require. So in order to make a single shotgun pellet, you need 3 simple bullets, a metal ingot, and 3 gunpowder. Now, 3 simple bullets cost 1 metal ingot and 6 gunpowder. So all in all, you're using 2 metal ingots, 21 gunpowder, and 3 simple bullets, just for a single pellet of shotgun ammo, which is rather expensive in my opinion. However, if you're able to get a high amount of gunpowder going for yourself, you don't really have much to worry about. And if you're located in an area with lots of metal, you also don't really have anything to worry about. So if you feel like splurging and you have the resources in order to afford it, I would definitely recommend going with the shotgun. Now, with the long neck rifle, it only costs 2 metal and 2 gunpowder. So with the simple rifle ammo, you're saving roughly 3 metal ingots and 9 gunpowder in terms of ammo crafting for the simple rifle ammo. Now, in my opinion, your simple long neck rifle only reloads at 1 bullet per shot. So you're really conservative with how you use your bullets, which is a good thing because they're not the most expensive bullets. So in terms of cost effectiveness, the simple rifle ammo is much more cost effective than the shotgun ammo. Okay, so now we come into the gun section. So to craft the shotgun, you need 80 metal ingots, 20 wood, and 25 hide. Now this is cheaper than the long neck rifle. You need an extra 15 metal ingots in order to craft the long neck rifle, which, you know, isn't really justified in terms due to the ammo, because your shotgun only costs 80 metal ingots, but you end up using the extra 15 to make probably 3 or 4 bullets for shotgun pellets. So, you know, you've got to take that in consideration. I mean, you've got your long neck rifle and your shotgun. I would probably go with the long neck rifle in terms of crafting wise, but damage wise, I would go with the shotgun. It all depends on what you need the weapon for. So if you're going to go cave diving, I would definitely recommend using the shotgun over the long neck rifle. However, if you're going into that PvP kind of long range dino hunting, definitely go with the long neck rifle because, you know, 95 metal ingots, the 20 wood and the 25 hide isn't much, and the ammo is not that expensive to craft. So, you know, you're probably better off going off with the long neck rifle for those reasons. Now, if we take a look at the pump action shotgun, you can see there it only costs 30 metal ingots, 55 polymer, and 45 cementing paste. Once again, if you're going to get a shotgun, I wouldn't bother crafting the primitive double-barreled one. I would just go straight for the pump action, because polymer and cementing paste isn't that hard to get nowadays in ARK, because all you need to do is fly to the north, grab some organic polymer off Kairukus, grab a bezel bufo, go kill some bugs in the swamp, and you've got your cementing paste and polymer. Even if you don't have the bezel bufo and you can't get the cementing paste from the bugs, just grab some stone and chitin. It's easy enough to get nowadays in ARK. So yeah, guys, I would probably go straight for the pump action shotgun over the double barrel shotgun if you want the shotgun. And if you want to go cave diving, like I said earlier, the shotgun's better for cave diving and close range combat. If you're going to go up and raid someone's base in the middle of the day, for example, and knock on their front door with a shotgun, they're going to crap their pants and run away pretty quickly, and you'll be able to demolish them rather effectively. If you're going for the long-range sniping abilities with the long neck rifle, you're definitely better off going with that, just because of its ammo cost and its effectiveness at long range. Like I said, you've got to make sure you hit all 10 pellets with that shotgun. So, you know, you've got to be careful with how you use it. You can see here we've got a pellet here, and all we can only see one really. So, you know, the spread isn't too bad. Like you can see there against T-Rexes it'd be rather effective, but the further away you get, obviously, the worse it's going to get. And if you're trying to hit a little tiny moving target, it's going to be pretty hard. Probably 50% of those pellets will only hit. So, yeah, my opinion, shotguns for cave and dinos and close quarters PvP. Long neck rifle for long range PvP. That's pretty much the main uses for it. And weaker dinos. You want to take out dinos that you can take out in a single headshot. So yeah, guys, that'll be it for today. Hopefully you guys found this useful and helpful. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.